Radical.
I'll give some thoughts on a throwback upload. It was posted. At the end of it says 2015 on the channel Crazy Joe. And I just want to give my thoughts on this. Kind of bored right now. I'm actually not anywhere near my editing computer. I'm actually waiting in an office. So I thought, well, how about I just reflect on the last YouTube upload I saw? And it was called SRG Cribs, which was kind of like a show on MTV. I only saw one or two episodes of that. One was the Gorillas episode. I forget what the other one was. But as a replication, I think this person did a really good job. And I could tell they had fun with the upload. There's a lot of different sound effects. There was one little funny bit to where, you heard Toasty. And it was like this guy's image with, I think, a dog on his couch. Maybe a friend of Radical Reggie. But yeah, I think the editing was pretty good here. There was one point where Reggie actually revealed that he had like 6 PlayStation LED screens. And there was like a sound effect at the reveal of each one. That kind of stuff can take some time. It can. So I could tell that some time was put into this by Crazy Joe. There's some funny bits. And there was a laugh track. There was a part where Radical Reggie was taking some drinks out of the back of a toilet, And the correct way to do that is to actually put some ice in the back of the toilet. And what stuck out to me? Well, I'll talk about the game collection in a minute, but what stuck out to me, and this was dated 2015, so, I don't know if he currently still has that 96 Altima. I don't know what the deal is, but back then, it was revealed that he had a lot of damage to it. Well, more damage than I thought. But maybe he fixed the headlight because, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that one upload that MJR did, wasn't that from 2016 or 2017? So this would be dated 2015. So I guess it's a moot point because he actually maybe fixed the headlight. Because he said he got into a wreck. He actually told a story about that car, that it was stolen. It was kind of a junky looking car, and he was surprised that somebody stole it. But when they stole it, they apparently washed it, and they cleaned the interior. Okay, that's a far-fetched story for one, that somebody stole the 96 Altima that was beat up. But they washed it and cleaned out the interior? Okay, I don't know. I mean, when I think about Radical Reggie's stories, I think about the ATM story. I think the guy just likes telling fake stories. I'm sure you have like real stories that are interesting, Reggie. There's no need to tell fake stories. And it just kind of feels like that's a fake story. I mean, it might have happened, but it's just kind of far-fetched. What else? Is there anything I can talk about before going into the game collection? Oh yeah, there is one thing. Well, we see that he has the mattress on the floor. And since then, he might have figured out how to put that bed together he got. Apparently, he revealed that he actually does have a bed, but he just hadn't put it together yet. This is a full-grown man, and he doesn't know how to put a bed frame together? Like, seriously? Seriously. I mean, the guy is really good at video games, has a giant video game collection, and he lives in a house, I'm guessing alone, but he doesn't know how to put a bed together? Just, ask your pal Joe. Ask him. So I don't know about that. It could have just been something he said because he was ashamed that he didn't have a bed frame, and he's like, yeah, I got a bed, I'm going to put it together and everything. But, his bed wasn't on the floor. He says it's comfortable, right? So he's comfortable sleeping on the floor. The thing that I think about is, well, he shows also that he has an adult movie of sorts, and there was some hilarious adult movie sounds that Joe put in there in the background. That's really pretty funny. I like that bit. But, I mean, does he... I know it's probably not my place to ask, but I'm just inferring. I'm like, does he have like a significant other? and is part of the reason he doesn't have a significant other. And maybe he doesn't want one. Maybe he just like wants to play his games and not play with anything else. I'm not sure, but you know, most females, most women are not going to be cool with a mattress that's on the floor. All right, you know, I can see a woman going in there like, you ain't fucking me till you get a bed frame. You ain't fucking me till you get a bed frame. And just generally, I would say that. Like, you know, if my mattress was on my floor, that would be a no-no, okay? Them panties coming up awful quick, all right? The minute they see that I'm not a man with an actual fucking bed frame. So it's part of being a man. I'm just saying. Be a man, get yourself a damn bed frame, okay? Got everything else. Got a fridge, got a toilet, you know, got the sinks. And the fridge in this one was pretty full. So I don't know what happened between this and a year later with the MGR upload, unless that was just kind of, you know, a joke put together where all the food was taken out of the refrigerator to make it seem like, you know, he was drinking expired soda and he didn't have much in the fridge. But yeah, he had a lot in the fridge. And that's a good thing. He maybe could use some more healthier items in the fridge, but still, you know, he's eating. That's good. I'm glad that he's not starving, is one thing. I'm glad he's not starving, you know, just wanting to buy more video games. He has the ramen on the top shelf, which was kind of funny. And I like the little touches that Joe put in here. Like, he actually put a question mark with top shelf on the top. Again, so many nice little touches Joe put in this upload. So we get to the game collection. He talks about how he doesn't have a lot of filler. Okay, well, we know that Reggie collects multiple copies of the same game, but he makes a claim that he doesn't have any filler. Now, there might actually be some truth to this from what I'm seeing, and correct me in the comment section down below if I'm wrong. You know, I mean, maybe I might be wrong on this. I don't know. I'm not a pro game collector like some of you probably are, but you know, if I was really big into game collecting, I would be all killer, no filler. You know, I would get rid of the crap. So he shows off that he has 3 32X games. I think Daytona and Knuckles Chaotic. And what's the third one? The third one was Tempo? Tempo? Was that the name of it? You know, those are 3 pretty good games. 3 pretty good games. So yeah, at least when it comes to the 32X, I mean, he wasn't collecting the crap 32X games. And there's a good bit of crap 32X games. He has multiple TVs on, connected to multiple different systems, and he seems to have them all on at the same time. I don't know if that was actually just done for the upload, but I hate to see this guy's power bill. I hate to see that. At one point, he shows off some pinball machines. I ain't gonna lie, that Coca-Cola pinball machine, that looks pretty cool. I mean, he's got some cool stuff there. He could have it arranged a little neater. Honestly, it's not so much hoarder-like as I thought it would be. Like, I'm kind of shocked that he actually has a lot of shelvings for the games. Like, the arrangement could be better, but I don't know. A lot of you might disagree with me, but it doesn't look that terrible, at least in what was shown. There's a contradiction here, you know, that might not surprise a lot of you, that question things that Radical Reggie might say from time to time. But he shows off that he has some figures. And he makes the claim that I don't collect toys. But then a minute or two later, he's showing off, you know, the American McGee's Alice figure. So he doesn't collect toys. It feels like he's a bit ashamed to admit that he collects toys. But then he shows off Alice McGee figure. I don't know. And, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, collecting toys if you're a full-grown man. Nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do. I mean, you know, you can collect the toys, you can look at them, you can place them on shelves, you can collect Funko Pops, you can collect Pokemans, you can collect Amiibos, you can do whatever you want to do. Radical Rick is not telling you all to just live your life specific to what I would deem, you know, the correct way to live. But, very important, if you want to get laid, if you want to get ladies, if you want to get a very attractive female, in most all cases, you gotta check and make sure she's not gonna laugh her ass off when she goes to your house. If you want some ass, you know, you gotta make sure that shit is pre-approved, that she's into that stuff. Now, I don't know if you would just kind of like drop a question or make like a joke as you're talking to her and getting to know her, but I just want to make sure that my fellas out here get you some. And I don't want your game collecting to get in the way of getting your stuff wet, all right? But, you know, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, you know, if you just want to, you know, go into the closet and, you know, get out your vintage adult movies, and that takes care of you, you know, like Reggie, then, you know, have at it. But I just think, personally, it's a big part of being a guy. It's a big part of living, is being able to have access, you know, to the fuzzy wuzzies. At least, you know, from my perspective. But I am not the only person in the world. I don't have the only answers. I don't have all the answers. I don't have the only perspective. So, Radical Reggie looks like he's having fun. As long as it's not detrimental to his life. It seems to be detrimental, though, because he doesn't have a bed frame. He has a piece of shit car. Seems to not be getting laid. But, okay, putting that aside, he's happy with his video games. So, there's that. Could be an addiction, though. Just saying. So, yeah, there's my thoughts on this upload. This Radical Reggie game tour type upload with the MTV Cribs type setup. Overall, I think it was, you know, pretty good. I mean, I didn't care much about the Radical Reggie stuff, to be honest, but when it come to the edits, the music used in the background, specifically that song was really catchy, used when Radical Reggie was playing the pinball machine. And again, like I said, the toasty, you know, that was pretty cool. But, you know, here again, like, I had really low expectations going into this, because I'm thinking like, a Radical Reggie game tour upload. But, you know, overall, not too bad. I'll leave a link to this in the description if anybody wants to check it out.